Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Christina. I love to do a lot of things that has to do with wine. So if you're interested in seeing stuff like that, you should definitely take the time to subscribe. It's free and it's a good way to help me out by giving me a thumbs up, leaving me a comment, and subscribing. My birthday is coming up this week and I really want to hit 1,000 subscribers. At this point, I don't think I really will, but if you could help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna siphon this hibiscus orange wine into a carboy. I can't wait to test it out. I can't wait to see what our gravity reads and taste the flavor. That's the most important part. Is it gonna taste good? So let's find out. First step, let's go ahead, take this bucket, open it up, and we will see what it looks like on the inside. It does smell nice. I'm going to grab the brew bag. It looks like my, oh no, it didn't. It stayed there. Still intact. I'm going to take this out and put it in the bowl. There we go. Before we go ahead and siphon this over to our carboy, I want to take a measurement and see what it's reading. So all of my stuff just went through some Sure Clean, some Easy Clean, whatever you call it. It's just where you need like a tablespoon of the powder with a gallon of warm water, and you just let your instruments kind of soak in there and it disinfects everything. So that's what I used today to make sure all the items that I'm using are disinfected. So I want to get the most perfect sample possible before we start racking it over. Maybe it needs something, maybe it's stalled, like that's why we have to do these things before we just move over to the next step, because you never know. You never know, maybe it just needs something else. Or maybe it's a total flop and we're gonna find out. All right, I have a sanitized hydrometer here. I'm gonna drop it in, see what we're reading. And that says 0.990, which is perfect. That's what we want. She's finished, yay! So that is good that it's reading 0.99, because that means we started out at 12% and that's 0%. So that means this is 12% alcohol, which is great. It's going to keep long. It's going to be a beautiful color and I can't wait. So let's go ahead and start some siphoning processes. And while I'm getting ready to siphon over everything, of course, we have to do a taste test. What type of channel would this be without a taste test? And I'm going to dump the rest of this into the carboy actually, because everything I have here is sanitized and it's really not going to hurt anything. So I just put the rest in. Do you like the color? It looks beautiful. That is zesty. You can have a little bit of the orange in the background, and it's very light and fruity. I like it. It's very airy, it's very light, it's very fruity. It makes your mouth water, that's my favorite part, is acidity is everything to make a wine. You don't want it to be too sharp. You don't want it to be too flabby. You want it to be just right where it's like, yeah, that definitely gives me something on the palate, you know? So this is a very nice drink. I do enjoy this one. It doesn't need to be sweetened anymore. I like things on the drier side. If you're somebody who likes to back sweeten and have it super sweet, okay, that's cool, you know, but I like this. I like where it's at already. I think it's wonderful, even in its young age. I had this sitting here for a month now or so. I'll let you know. So it's had plenty of time to calm down and settle, but this is just amazing. So let's get on to the siphoning process. I'll say this time and time again, make sure that everything you're using is disinfected. I have an auto siphon, and I have my hose here, and that's what's going to help me to put the wine into the carboy, the 1 gallon carboy. But because we're doing that and we are switching over locations, you're going to need something important. So you're going to need a handy dandy Campton tablet, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to crush it, put it in the carboy, swirl it around with that little bit of wine that's in there, because this is what's going to help keep everything sterile. And I'm trying to be all extra, okay? So I bought this handy dandy thing to crush the tablets, which you really don't need because these tablets are super soft. I'm just trying to be bougie, try to be fancy like Applebee's on a Sunday. All right. Anyways, there we go. There's your Camden tablet. I'm going to put it into the carboy now. Yep, and so now you just swirl that around. Don't worry if a little powder didn't get in there. Some people don't have funnels, but you could always take like a piece of paper and make a funnel out of it and tap it. That probably would have made better sense than what I did, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. So I just swirled that around so we know it's all nice and mixed in, and we're going to go ahead and start siphoning over. Now, if you don't have an auto siphon, that's perfectly fine. You can literally just put the hose in this end, suck on it, get some gravity going, and put it into the jug. It really ain't going to matter much at all. That's what I did in the beginning when I was first starting to learn winemaking. So if you ain't got all this, it ain't necessary. I'll just say that. But the more you get, the more you get into making wine and things like that, they do become handy, especially when you have 6-gallon buckets behind you. It does help. So I'm going to go ahead, put this handy dandy hose in here. Step to the side, lady, so we can see. And you just let it go, just like that, because it's automatically siphoning down. Always remember, have something like this up higher so the gravity is pulling it into the jug. But yeah, I can't wait to see how much more this can clarify, because I did pull in some sediment in there. It's a little foggy right now, but that's going to be okay. We'll rack it a few times. It'll be all right, especially with this color here. I just think it looks amazing. It tastes great. It's very light bodied, has a nice fruitiness to it. It's really good. I will definitely leave the recipe list right here. And if you really are interested in making this, you can go ahead and you can follow what I did. I know I made a long video because it's kind of like a story time about the hibiscus and orange wine, but I did it for the reasons of my family and the Day of the Dead. You're supposed to honor your family and talk about their story so that their spirits can always stay alive and visit you. And I think that she had blessed this wine because it is definitely delicious and delectable and everything good. If you really like stuff like this, you like hanging out with me, I would appreciate it if you do it for my birthday. Please, please, please hit the subscribe button, give me a like, and leave a comment down below. I'm super happy about today as well because it's my son's birthday. He's turning 7. So and this weekend we're going to celebrate with him and we're going to have a lot of fun. And I just can't wait to see the looks on his face when he gets his presents and gets his birthday cake and everything else like that. So we all have lives outside of wine, and mine has to do with 3 kids. That's it though. That's it. That's it. Factory is closed for good. And I am so grateful and thankful to have them in my life because they do not keep me bored. I can say that for sure. Woo! We're overflowing. Hold up, cuz. So there's still a half a gallon left in here. I'm just gonna fill up my cup and whoop, that's it. That's it. That's all I need. And the rest is just gonna have to, I mean, you don't have to waste it. You could get like a quart jar and put the rest in like a quart jar or something like that. Or another vessel, like a smaller one than this, I guess, a half a gallon vessel. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let the rest of it go. You know, she's lovely and beautiful, and it would be kind of nice to save it if you could, because in the future, when you're racking this over, obviously you're going to lose volume. So you could always just take some of this and put it in here, like what was saved. So you wouldn't be adding more juices and risking re-fermenting and things like that. It is actually a good idea. And now that I kind of think of it, I kind of want to. I think I'm going to. Okay. I probably will. Just behind the scenes, I'm going to save some of this because there's still a half a gallon. There's like up to here. And it's still very clear, and there's no reason to kind of waste it when I can save it. So we don't need it this full. You want it a little bit of neck space. So don't forget that, guys. Leave some neck space. I accidentally filled mine a little bit too high because I was so busy talking to you, because you're awesome. So here's a sneak peek of the aftermath. All right, folks, so that is racking over the hibiscus and orange wine. The last thing you need to do is add your little bong here and your airlock. I hope that you all have a wonderful day and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching me siphon over the hibiscus orange wine. I hope that you like the recipe. I hope that it's something that you're interested in, or if you just needed to learn how to siphon, I hope it was helpful in any way to you. And as always, if you subscribe, and you can watch me rack this over many, many times, and we can have the final product together. I know a lot of my videos, you guys haven't seen a final yet, but that's because they're still sitting in the back actually right now. So I had a peach tea wine. This is actually ready to be bottled, so I need to make a video about that. And I like to get people's reactions, so I'm going to have some friends or somebody come over, taste test it, and let me know what they think. I have my tropical wine over here. I've had people taste test it, and I replaced it with more juice, and then it started re-fermenting again. So it's a whole thing. Okay, it's a whole shebang. So the tropical wine is pretty much ready to be bottled as well, and I have my apple cider wine over here, the cinnamon apple, and it is still degassing itself, so I'm not ready to bottle that one. And I have my cantaloupe, which needs to be racked over into another carboy. And I also have over here the Hocus Pocus wine. That one needs to be racked over into a carboy as well. So we have lots of content that we need to do together, and I can't wait to see you there. I hope you please leave me a comment down below. Subscribing is free, liking is free, and leaving comments also help my channel grow, and it puts it out to more people. And the more people that subscribe, the better it is. So thank you so much if you are a subscriber and you've supported my channel by all the thumbs up. You are awesome. Thank you so much. So as always, happy fermenting. And cheers to you. Cheers.